Hi everyone. Today we are going to see how to migrate on-premises SQL Server into an AWS RDS instance. So firstly, we'll try to click on RDS. So we are trying to create an RDS instance. In this console, try clicking on Launch a DB instance. So in this screen you will be able to see 4 engines. So SQL Server, Amazon Aurora, PostgreSQL, Oracle, MariaDB and SQL Server. I'm selecting SQL Server instance or engine. From a SQL Server there are 4 different versions or editions which are available. One is a Server Express Edition and Web Edition, Standard Edition and Enterprise Edition. So for this lab we are going to take for a Standard Edition. Click on Next. So there are 2 options. So one you can use for a production and another one is for dev or test. So dev or test would be a little a little complicated, so you can select this dev or test, click Next. So specified DB sections. So in license model you can leave license included as it is, and DB engine version should be most recent one. In this case I am taking 13.004451.0 version. In DB instance you have to choose the least the hardware or maybe a CPU or RAM. So I'm going to take for a M4 large family. Time zone, do not change any time zone, let it be like that. Multi is available at deployment, so keep it as no only. Storage capacity, so there are a couple of options which are available. Provisioned IOPS, so and general purpose SSD, keep general purpose SSD only. Allocated storage 200 GB by default they have given, so I think it should be a minimum of 200 GB only, so let it be 200 GB. In the DB instance identifier, so you need to specify the identifier with with what name you are going to identify it as. So in my case I am selecting my RDS instance. Master username I am giving a student, any name that you can give. So password, confirm the password, click on Next. In configure advanced settings page, so it will prompt you to select the VPC. In my case I have already created the lab VPC, so I am selecting a lab VPC. Select publicly accessible, click on Yes. By default it was no. In VPC security groups, let it be create new VPC security group. In database options, database port is a default port is 1433. I am just keeping like that. So encryption, I am not changing anything, I am not encrypting at all. So backing up, so backup retention period I am not keeping any days, I am keeping a 0 days so that it will be no preference. Monitoring, don't touch anything. Maintenance, let it be enable auto minor version updates. Click on Launch DB instance. Your DB instance is created. Let's click on all DB instances to see the newly created RDS instance. So my RDS instance is still creating it. It takes few minutes of time. So by the time I have already created a lab RDS instance which is fully ready. Click on lab. By clicking on this lab RDS instance you can see the endpoint where you can connect to this endpoint and then fetch your database details. Okay, now let's go to the EC2 instance. So I have created one EC2 instance. So the EC2 instance, you can consider it as for on-premises database on-premises database which is in EC2 environment. Click on running instances. So it says that still connecting it. The instance state is running. So you need to click on connect this. Get password. Click on decrypt password. Download the remote desktop file, or if you have already RDP utility, you can use that remote desktop. Paste that computer name, enter the username, so which is administrator, enter the password, click on OK, click yes. It take few minutes of time. I'm just pausing the video. Okay, now the EC2 instance got launched. Click on the Windows in the EC2 machine. Enter the SSMS, which means SQL Server Management Studio. It takes couple of minutes to load it. I'm pausing it. Okay, so we are able to see the SQL Server. So this SQL Server name is this. I have a Windows authentication mode. I am clicking on connect. So when I expand these databases, I could able to see 3 databases. 2 are the system related and 1 is AdventureWorks. So this is the DB which is residing in EC2 instance, or in other words you can call it as on-premises database. So what we are going to do here is we are going to trying to connect to a RDS instance. So the RDS instance, let's go back to the previous screen, click on the RDS. So in this screen, by selecting the so we have seen that there are 2 instances, one is lab and another one is my RDS. My RDS is still creating it, so I'm clicking on lab. So I'm taking this endpoint. So you can see the different values like details, configuration, security, network, instance IOPS, maintenance details, and other values. So in our case, I'm taking endpoint. So 1433 is the default port, and publicly accessible it is yes. So go back here, try to connect a database. So I'm giving a server name is this. It's not Windows authentication, it's a SQL Server authentication. I'm going to give the credentials. Username is student and password I'm giving it. Click on connect. So you'll be able to connect to the RDS instance which is present in the cloud, AWS cloud. So expand the databases. So in this section you will be able to see three databases which are by default present: system databases, database snapshots, and RDS admin. So now in this, click in this databases. By clicking on new database, you are going to create a new database. The new database creation will take time. So we got the screen where we can create the database. I'm creating the database with Adventure. Click OK. The newly created database is present, but there are no tables. So you can see this by clicking on plus symbol. In the table section, you are not able to see any tables. So whereas on-premises database, sorry, I have double clicked it, closing it. In an on-premises database, by clicking on or by expanding the adventure box, clicking on tables, so you are able to see these many tables which are available in on-premises database. But since it is in a cloud database and we have created adventure database and we are going to take the data from on-premises to cloud, so we need to use we need to right click on this source database, click on tasks. We are going to export it, so clicking on export. So in this wizard, click next. So the data source, there are many data sources which are available. Basically we are going to take it as SQL Server client. So we are going to take it SQL Server native client 11.0. So by default it is taking the server name. So this is the EC2 server name and it is taking adventure box. Click on next. This is the data source, and now we need to enter the destination. So select the SQL Server native client 11.0 again. So it prompts you to enter the server name. You need to enter the RDS instance server details. So in this case we are not going to do any Windows authentication. We need to provide a SQL Server authentication that we have created. In my case I have created student. Going to enter the password. You need to select to which database you need to export the details or tables. Clicking on adventure, click next. So it prompts you with the two different options. So selecting a copy data from one or more tables or views, click next. It shows you with the source. This is the EC2 source and destination is the cloud, that is the RDS. So select the tables that you wanted to export. You can select all the tables or maybe you can deselect any of the tables that you want. So click on edit mappings if you have any exclusions or maybe settings that you need to do. Click on next. Let the run immediately checkbox. Click on next. So it's kind of a review. It shows you what is the source location and source provider, destination location and destination provider with the tables, the list of tables that are exporting it. Click next. So there are 25 tables out of 25. This many are success so far, and still it's running it. If there are any errors or maybe warnings, it will display the number of errors, number of warnings in this section. So once it is done, so 25 out of 25 are success. Click on close. So come here and then refresh your database. Click on tables or maybe expand it. Try to find out the list of records that are present in customer table. It shows that 847 rows are present. Let's see. So there are 847 records which are present in RDS instance Adventure Database customer table. Let's see whether all the data moved from on-premises to cloud. Try firing a query in customer table which is present in on-premises. Select top 1000 rows. So it shows 847. There are no records. There are no records losing from source to destination. So we have successfully exported or maybe migrated from on-premises database to cloud RDS instance. So if you have any questions and feedback, please drop me a mail. Thank you.